My name is Lance McDaniel. I'm the executive director of deadCENTER, and coincidentally, I'm the director of this movie. And just to clarify all the conspiracies, yes, my film did have to be submitted, but we fired anyone who didn't vote for it. No. I guess you can't fire volunteers. Well, we'll be brief because Chris Kattan is in town. He's at his hotel, spiffing up, and so our Q&A is going to be with all of our actors. Will come up here, and then Chris will be here, and we'll have about 30 minutes of Q&A with our entire cast, including Chris. But yes. But before we start, I'm gonna get choked up, so just get ready for it. This is David Green, and this is Sean Lynch. And the two of them came up with the idea for this movie. The two of them came up with this concept and were gracious enough to ask me to write it. And so Sean and I wrote it, and then I directed it, Sean produced it, and David Green was a cinematographer for it and also oversaw the post-production. So we've been working on this for 3 years. And what's great about working with them is they're very quiet, so it seems like I get all the attention, and, which is nice. And what's great about being a director is you're given credit for the work that hundreds of people do. And so, if all the investors and crew and extras and cast would stand up real quickly so you could be acknowledged, that'd be great. This movie would not exist without every single one of these people. And just like a lot of the movies you're seeing here, we're a low budget movie. And so people were doing a lot of volunteer work. Tons of people gave us stuff for free, from houses to cars to everything. And so the fact is, while we're gonna get a lot of the press about this, this would not have happened without all the 125 people that worked on it. And I'm so grateful for all of that. So before I turn into a mess, we'll go ahead and let you see this movie before you clap too much, just to make sure you like it. And then we'll do a Q&A afterwards. But I am so grateful you're here, and thank you for supporting independent film in Oklahoma. So as you can see, big cast, ton of crew, and tons of amazing people from Oklahoma that helped make this film, and so thank you. Who has a question? Great, thanks for coming. Yes.
How much, Chris? How much was the? Did you ad lib?
Oh. I can't remember. Well, you know, we wrote this. Well, I got the script, and Lance and Sean were so great in letting me, allowing me to make some changes and stuff. So my so-called voice was in the script, and you know, so there was not a great deal. I mean, no, actually, no, that's not true. Oh God, I just remember, there's some...
A ton. Like the fact that, he's just being nice. The fact is, we sent the script to Chris, he loved it, and he's like, do you mind if I make a few tweaks? I'm like, well, you were on Saturday Night Live for 8 years, and I was on 0, so do it. And he went and fine-tuned a ton of the scenes, but I will say that, like, that entire elephant scene was all Jonathan Beckery. I mean, like, there was a ton of improv that happened, but Chris basically reworked the script with the dialogue for both his characters, and we also allowed all the other characters to do the same thing, like basically make the character your own, and help develop those characters for us. And so it wasn't as much improv as redoing the script beforehand. Sorry, I can't let go of the mic.
But Lance was so great is that he was, you know, encouraged the actors to connect, and as long as you connected, then the ad-libbing and all that stuff will work, you know, as opposed to like thinking about yourself as an actor. You think about, you don't think, really, you're just in the moment. So that was great to be advised that way, directed that way.
Anyone else?
You guys want to go see what?
I didn't get to hear what you said with your machine at the end of the movie when you shot this thing. What did you say?
What did I say?
Oh, no.
Oh, what did you say?
I said, say hello to my little friend.
And that was from his dad. We're like, we really should have caught up with a tagline or something. And he was like, just use someone else's. So we did. How are you? Questions? Thoughts? Hopes? Aspirations?
Chris, what do you think about the locals that appeared in this and the extras? I mean, What kind of
Oh.
food did we have to provide you with work?
What kind of what? Food? Oh, I thought everyone in Oklahoma was fantastic. No, I thought everybody here was great. Awesome. I was really impressed by the actors, especially at first Jonathan was the first person I worked with. Where? Oh, there he is. He's amazing. I was like, where did that guy come from? He's an amazing actor. Oh, get off me, get off me. Sorry about that. But he was amazing. He just improvised the whole elephant thing. Like, I was like, where is that coming from? Like, he just went on and on. It was brilliant. So I was really impressed. And I was a little disappointed that a lot of the attractive extras didn't do anything with me. But that's okay. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I was really impressed. I thought everybody was great. And I didn't like the heat. That wasn't fun. Yeah. There were some scenes where, like the last scene, I think there was sweat going in my eyeballs. So it's like not crying, it was sweat in my eyes, coming out of my eyes.
Yeah, that day we had we had one day at the state capitol, so that's the beauty of low budget films. You get one day everywhere. And the one day at the capitol, it was 111, 114, 14-hour days. And so if you they were amazing. Imagine being those extras. They were unbelievable, sitting around for like 14 hours waiting for us to shoot them. So thank you. How about another question? Yes.
Is this the first time that all these actors have performed?
Oh no, we're a group. We always do things together. we've been touring the U.S. for 15 years. We were in Russia, Italy. Oh my God, we've been everywhere, and it's great. We usually do musicals. This is our first non-musical, so we're glad you like it.
But this is the world premiere, so it's the first time they've seen it.
Yeah. But no, we're not accustomed to working with each other as much as we did in this film. So it was new to us. So he was new to me, being my son. And yeah, where's my wife? Is my wife here? Yeah, there you are. Check that out. That ain't me, that's the sad part. In the whole movie, she's doing somebody else. I love you, baby.
Just 1 second, we'll be right back with you. Yeah, so she's giving birth on Tuesday. Thanks for coming, Susanna.
Having me.
Well, so I think your question might have been, how many of these people is it their first role in a movie?
Yes.
So yeah, let's see a show of hands who it's your first movie.
Very cool.
Anything to say, Stephanie?
It was a pleasure. So much fun.
Excellent, keep going. Oh, and you played a mute?
I don't speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the hardest things to cast was Nurse Nancy, because we knew we had to get someone. Eleanor was amazing, and this was your first film? So what do you think? What was it like?
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing, and the generosity that you gave to everybody. Just let us just flow with it. And Chris, oh my God. So much stuff that you guys didn't see. Are there going to be like,
Not on the PG or G version.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Because it's the Bible thing? Like, well, just don't say it.
Yeah, the director's cut's actually R+. So any other questions?
Did you have to pay your mother to be in it?
Yeah. Please, she played plenty for that role. Yeah, I said, Mom, you're an extra, and what that means is you don't get a line. She goes, oh, I'll be saying something. Yeah. So, yeah, well, so, I see another question up there?
There's one up top? No? Okay.
Yes.
So. Oh, okay.
What? Well, so Jack, how was it playing the governor?
It was great, except, you know, I'm sorry that I lost that election.
But Jack has a famous relative.
Yeah, I do have a famous. Well, actually, my wife has a famous relative. My wife is the.
Tom Selleck?
Yes. My wife is the aunt of the governor of Oklahoma, Mary Fallon. Her name is Barbara. Woo. Barbara, stand up. Actually, I called the governor from her ante room and said, "Hey, I'm sweating in your room. Is that okay?" He said, "Yeah, sure. Go ahead, sweat on." Thank you.
Yeah. So where does this movie go from here?
Well, that's a great question. Could Alex Barter come up? As luck would have it, the guy who is selling our movie for us is here for the weekend because part of deadCENTER, we have a distribution forum. And so we brought in 6 distributors and sales agents to meet with all the filmmakers, including the one who is repping our movie.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Nice to be here. Thanks for having us.
And thank you for laughing because it made him feel a lot better about buying our movie.
So, is there a question? Where's the movie going from here? So the movie launched at Cannes Film Festival, which I just came back from about a week ago. Everybody really responded really great to it, and all the distributors in the U.S., including the studios, are looking at it right now. So we should know more in the next week or two. So we're excited. And
our lawyer, Jay Shanker's here. A lot of our musicians, tons of people. Our first AD Walker and our UPM Nathan Gardaki. Thank you very much. Kim, you have a question?
Since a lot of your cast was the first time, how did they find out about your movie or?
Internet.
No, so we've worked on, the 3 of us have worked as crew on about 30 movies total here. So we've worked with a ton of different people. And so basically, we had an open casting that we did ourselves. The first day we did is we hired a casting agent out of Los Angeles to get one actor. We just said, please go get us Chris Kattan, and she was able to do it. So thank you to Fern. And then once we got Chris, so part of the thing was we were trying to surround him obviously with the best actors on earth, and we found them. But we were also trying to surround him by people that were bigger than him. So Josh Norman over here is big, and we met on Heaven's Rain because he was working on Heaven's Rain, and we actually kind of wrote the part for Josh. And so that was kind of there were a few parts, and we also kind of wrote the part for Jonathan Beck Reed. So there are a few people that we had seen so much in theater and otherwise that we created the part specifically for them. And then begged, and they also just so we're great. But then Chris Freihoffer, who's a casting agent here, and he is amazing. And he really is how. So basically, we got a lot of the people that we had already kind of written it for, but we got a lot of our key characters through Chris Freihoffer, and he was amazing, and he does a fantastic job on a ton of movies here. So basically that's how we do it. Yeah, of course.
Which scene was your favorite to shoot, and which scene was the most difficult to shoot?
Everything at the Capitol was most difficult because it was 114 degrees.
Favorite scene? What? Oh, that was fun. The food fight was pretty fun. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Food fight was fun. But you know what, actually, what scene I liked was I don't know why. Oh, I like the scene. It's not even like a big scene, but the scene where I'm pretending to be tough to my wife. Oh no, I know. Well, I like that scene. But no, when I'm beating up, or I'm getting mad at at my daughter's boyfriend or whatever, and then all of a sudden I get scared and I go, oh my God, don't let him do that to me again. But I don't know. There's something about that scene that was so we did it in 1 take or 2 takes maybe, and it was that whole reverse of all of a sudden needing her help, trying to be tough and then reversing was an improvised choice. And the fact that had a beginning and a middle and an end, that scene was a minute, and it just was great. I loved that scene for some reason. All scenes should be having a beginning, a middle, and an end, but that was one of my favorites. But there's so many moments. There was a lot of great moments because the director and the producer got this amazing cast that just surrounded me with the best, and it's makes such a difference when people have a vision too. A lot of movies isn't run by somebody who has a vision. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing, or they pretend they know what they're doing, or they hope they know what they're doing, or they hope somebody will tell them to do something that they know what they're doing, or whatever. But he knew what he was doing, and I knew what I was doing, and then everybody else knew what they were doing. So that made a huge difference. So there's so many great scenes. This whole movie was a great experience. So thank you for that.
Well, the guy in that scene has really strong braces, so he didn't enjoy the scene as much because afterwards he was like, I think my gums are bleeding. because we kept hitting him on the mouth because it's well, you can't punch him because that won't look funny. But one thing, so Jason Padgett, who played Mr. Green. Awesome. And we actually played football together in high school, so I've known him since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, and he is fantastic. And he's actually in another movie here that's playing right after this in this theater.
Prometheus.
Called Prometheus. All the people who couldn't get into this had to go to that crowd. Well, one thing, come over here. I think the hardest thing, the scariest thing for us was casting the younger actors because we knew that we were getting a lot of people who had not done it. And I think that they were amazing. So can we have a round of applause? So what did you think about it?
It was the best experience ever.
Excellent. She actually won the senior talent show at Putnam North, and that's how she got in our movie. That's exactly how. Addie, what about you?
It was great. It was so much fun.
I'm only asking questions that make me look good. I love it. So, exactly. This talk show won't work out. Brady, how are you today?
Good.
What was your best experience on the movie here?
I can't think of specifics.
What I like is that his character is really like him. No, in a nice way. In a way, I was like, wow, that's really. That means everybody's performing real. That's why you're doing such a good job. Oh, a little bit. You're a little bit goofy. Come on, it's fun. It's cute.
Okay. Now, Peter Bedgood and I met, from Tulsa. We met during the process when we were fundraising. Wait, tell that story that you told me. I like that.
What? I'm not gonna tell that story.
I am. We went. I love it. We went, and so. Would you want to tell it? Yeah. We went to Tulsa. So when we were raising money for this movie, we did it in 3 years. And what was not great is that the economy collapsed right in the middle of our fundraising, and we lost a ton of people. And then we kept going. So we were just driving all over the state trying to get pennies. And we went to Tulsa for a meeting, and Peter was there with him. And welcome, Jim and Nancy. And so we were talking after the movie, and I was like, oh yeah, we met them. He goes, yeah, I thought you were so peppy that there was no way you could direct a good movie, and so I told them they shouldn't invest in it. He said that after the audition, obviously. But what is great is he was amazing in the movie, right? The fact is, everyone here, we couldn't have made the movie without everyone here, and there's a lot of crew members here that we couldn't have done without. So we'll take one more question. I know you have a million other movies to see, hopefully. Yes?
What's next for you, Lance?
Summer break. I don't know. Don't know for sure. We're talking about a couple of things. So right now, we basically finished the final of this 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to take a nap. July. So I don't know yet, but we're probably gonna write something. So, well, thank you very much for coming. Thanks for coming. We're gonna be outside and we're having an after party at Fuzzy's Tacos, and everyone's invited. So join us there. Thanks so much for coming.